Ronnie and I probably knew each other most of our childhood. He was a year older, so I didn't think anything of it. But when we got into high school, um, we were both athletes, so I think we were sort of drawn to each other because of that. And we started to see each other when I was a junior and he was a senior. And, you know, we were immediately way out there, you know. We were having a lot of sex and shouldn't have been, and, you know. And then he went to Worcester Academy on a baseball scholarship. And, you know, your father didn't do that well in school, but it wasn't because he wasn't capable. It was just that he let sports overtake him. And I adored his mother. Allison and I would spend hours talking. She's a real good talker. And Papa Ray would be out at the swimming pool or whatever. This is during the summer. And anyway, you know, Ronnie and I just, once we were together, that was it. And then I graduated from high school and got pregnant in October, and Michael was born in June the following year, and Mark was born the following August after that, and you were 5 years later. And during that time, you know, it was hard because Ronnie was in school at Northeastern, and but it was fun. You know, it was just that it was hard. We didn't have any money, and we didn't get any money from our parents. I think they had the idea that, you know, you made the bed, sleep in it, and that was okay. You know. We used to go to Western and clean house for people down the street from Allison and Ray's. It didn't hurt us. Built character.
And so, what were you doing during those first, 5 years? How were you getting by? Where did you live? What did you guys do?
We managed buildings for the Harvard University School of Public Health. We had 3 buildings, 199, 201, 203 Park Drive, not too far from here. And we had an apartment. And everybody, except for, there were families, and everybody but maybe 6 families were from around the world. So it was fabulous, you know. And they had a big, beautiful playground. And I used to take in a couple of kids to babysit. I mean, we got by then, you know. Before that, before we moved over to the Harvard buildings, it was tougher because we were in an apartment where we had to. We did that building too, separately, before we did these buildings. But I can remember pushing Michael and Mark in a carriage with all the laundry down to the laundromat, you know. It was okay. It was just, you know, not something I'd want to do forever.
Right. So when did you guys move? So then you moved to Brookline. When did you move to Brookline? When did you move to Loveland Road?
Yeah. We moved to Coolidge Street.
No, Loveland Road.
No, it was actually Elliott Street.
Elliott
Loveland,
Street, yeah.
Well, we went to Whitney Street first, up by Lars Anderson. And when you were about 2, we moved over to the corner of Loveland and Elliott Street. And Michael and Mark were at the Heath School. And that was a terrific neighborhood, you know. Kids running in and out all the time, and I was working in the nursery for newborn babies at St. Elizabeth's, and I had a woman in the neighborhood who took care of you where I worked, and it was really, we were fine, and I started to think that I wanted to go back to school. So I started to do more drawing and painting so I could get into math art. And eventually, I was able to get into art. And then we moved out to, we started doing really well, and we moved out to Newton, to a great big house, acre of land, carriage house. I think that was a horrible mistake. I think it was way too much pressure for us to take care of a big place like that with the kind of cost of a big house like that. It takes a toll on your stability. And I think the other thing is that I started to feel like I hadn't missed my chance, that I could make something of myself and eventually earn an income if it went that way. So I was at Mass Art, and I made a lot of friends, and I was having a great time, and doing really well. I was like top in my class. I loved what I was doing in architecture, and then I got into MIT. So there's different periods of time that my relationship with Ron was very different. Like, we were in high school, we used to pretend that we were going to church and we'd go play basketball. And we were just both so athletic. I think just both natural athletes, probably the best athletes in our respective classes, enjoyed doing sports together. He was a swell guy. He was a swell guy, and I liked his mom so much. So it was really hard to break up. Michael, growing up, was an amazing first child. He was so cute, and he's very smart, and he would repeat anything that I said. Like, I'd say anti-disestablishmentarianism, and when he was about a year, 18 months, he'd say anti-disestablishmentarianism. When I burned something on the stove, I said, "Oh, fuck." And he comes running in, and he said, "Fuck." And I said, "Michael," I said, "fox and geese." "Oh, fox and geese." And so about a year later, nothing happened over a year. But a year later, something else went on in the house, and he comes in and he says, "Oh, fox and geese." And he had not forgot a thing. He was just such a smart kid. And he was a little bit of a devil. Like, Mark had a high chair, and Michael did everything. I mean, like, he when he was a couple of years old, he was I made their furniture for their bedroom, their beds, just simple plywood frames, and Michael hammered away and helped make them. Put Mark in this high chair, and so as I'm putting him down in the high chair, the whole thing just goes psh, on the floor, just separates completely. Michael had taken all of the bolts out and just left the nuts in the hole, the bolts in the hole, so that it looked like it was up, but it wasn't. He was a little bit of a devil, and he was just so cute and so smart. And Mark?
Well, what was, when Michael got older, how was he?
Did very well in school, and Michael did very well in school, and Michael was never a discipline problem. Neither was Mark. They were very easy. We did everything together. Yeah, I just had a great time with him. I was a parent, I wasn't a friend. but it didn't have to be a disciplinarian, really. You know, Michael, first of all, Michael sort of got it, and then because he got it, Mark got it. As Michael got older, I got nothing but praise about him from the teachers, and I think he really liked school. But you know, the music started, you know, and there was just no doubt in my mind that he should continue on with this music. He was so incredible from day one. You know.
When was that?
Day one?
When did he start?
Oh. I just think he did it since about the 4th grade. 3rd or 4th grade. Yeah.
I thought he picked up guitar when he got mono.
Well, that's when he started to get serious about it. He got mono, and he couldn't even walk to the bathroom. And my brother's old guitar, which I think is still laying around here someplace, is Gary gave it to him.
I thought a woman gave it to him, some wealthy woman. Yeah.
The first guitar Gary gave to him.
Okay.
I don't know what wealthy woman.
Oh, okay.
You thinking about Meredith?
No.
Dad's girlfriend?
No. Someone, I guess, I don't remember what it was, but so Michael got into playing music.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what happened?
Oh, we would just travel around wherever he was to watch him. You know, it would just blow me away to watch him. I just loved it.
So, give me some examples. Like, what do you mean watching? And who were we talking about?
Watch the bands he was playing with.
Who?
Michael. I would go and watch all of the music that Michael would play in, all the bands, and he was just unbelievable the way he could play guitar. It was a thrill for me. You know, I'm sure I was living through my child. But, I really loved it. Yeah, that's all. I really loved Michael's music and encouraged him, didn't discourage him. And I'm not surprised that he's doing what he's doing now, because it takes the same kind of working within a framework and hand-eye coordination. So I'm not surprised at all. And he was a terrific athlete, you know, strong legs, great skater. You know, and he and Mark both played round the clock in the whole year. Baseball, hockey, on and on. Mark would score more, but Michael was the better skater.
Okay.